This is the software I've used to model the house. So this is the model of the house before any insulation work's been done, and it shows the SAP, which is the government's label, as 51, the running cost of all the energy used in the house, heating, water, cooking, lights and appliances, etc., as 921, and then the indicator that we use is this one here, which is the CO2 in tonnes per annum, and there you see those figures with a figure of 6.2. So that would have had a little bit of loft insulation, uninsulated solid walls, and some of the windows still single glazed. Then I modelled the house in here with more loft insulation, a condensing combination boiler, the wall insulation, secondary glazing on all the windows at the back, and a gas cooker. And I'll just open that and you can see the difference. So this is with the loft insulation, wall insulation, a condensing boiler, double or secondary glazing, and a gas cooker. There's an electric cooker in the house now. And you can see the SAP's gone up to 78, the running cost has gone down to 586, and the CO2 figure over here has gone down to 3.7, and that's a 42% reduction, which is good. So this is the spreadsheet showing the three scenarios. Here's the before with a total CO2 of 6.2. This is with all the loft and wall insulation, condensing boiler, double or secondary glazed windows, and a gas cooker, showing the CO2 reducing to 3.6, 42% reduction. I did a third scenario, which was all of those measures plus solar panels for electricity, photovoltaic panels on the roof, and that brought the reduction to 56%. It further reduced the CO2 down to 2.7. So that's really, look realistically, what could be done with that house. To qualify for a super home, you would have to reach a 60% reduction as against the original case. It's always difficult because in many ways it wasn't too bad to start with. It's always much easier to reach a super home if, for instance, you've got a very old boiler, very inefficient boiler, whereas the one you've got is reasonably efficient even though it's not a condensing boiler. Because it's a combination boiler, it means there's no water being stored, hot water being stored, which is always wasteful because it's sitting there in the cylinder losing heat, however well insulated it is. And that's one of the big advantages of a combination boiler, is there's no standing losses, as it's called. So 6.2, excuse me, which is the original figure, is actually not bad. I often come across houses that start at about 10. So therefore to reduce that 60% is easier. So, but even so, if you were to do everything we discussed and got some PV panels on the roof, you could almost get there, be 56%, which isn't far off.